Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm just going to make a quick recap on today's price action, the daily plan on StockTwits, as well as the live market commentary. Where are we? Here we go. So this is the first thing I posted here this morning, just before 8 a.m. I said I shared this annotated picture breaking down the order flow on Friday at around 6 a.m. with members. It's important for traders to understand what is going on in the market auction, the conditions, participants, location, etc. Without that knowledge, you are approaching the market blind, right? You're better off gambling. So this is me breaking up the footprint. Feel free to pause. But as I've said before, there is so much that we could take from the order flow. Without it, I believe, as I said, you're trading blind. Price does not move because trend lines or channels or support resistance. Price moves because of transacted volume, market participants' positions, their stop losses, imbalances within structure. Uh, Price moves because of that, not because of a trend line. So there's a lot that we could take from our footprint. There's a lot that we could take from our TPO charts and then use the two to build confluence and create our daily plans, right? So I don't think I posted much today, right? We've been pretty much trend day after trend day since Friday, so we're waiting for the market to build a little bit of a range that we could trade off. Not to say that there aren't trades to be taken. Of course, we are taking trades. Took a trade today. Took one short. Did I post it here? I did not. Well, what have I posted? So look at the 4-hour chart. Do you see a bid, an offer? You should. We'll cover in recap. So as I just said, of course, we've been trending upwards since Friday. And what do we see? Do we see bids? Do we see offers? If you don't know what you're looking at with these footprint charts pinned to the home of the YouTube channel, I have a quick video how I have these configured and how to interpret what you're looking at. But we're trending up, right? I don't trade off moving averages. Price does not trade off moving averages, but I just use them to gauge trend, right? And I think it's pretty clear. We could see with every single tap into the cloud, we have an active bid. Yes, there are a few other things that we could point out or look at from this order flow. Just as I showed this annotated 4-hour chart that we just went over, I sent the same thing in the room this morning, but with this chart. So there is a lot more that we could take using our order flow. But this is 15 minutes after open, 16. Take a look at the transacted volume so far, folks. Right? I think we all could see what type of profile are we looking at. If you're familiar with the YouTube videos, you would know. Where's my pen? Oh, here it is. If you're familiar with the YouTube videos, we spoke about extensively, P-shaped distributions, B-shaped, and I'm almost positive we've covered D shapes, right? Price is happy to trade in this area, hence a D shape. We're not doing any more volume on top than we are on the bottom. Obviously not exactly, but relative, the same amount of volume. So where are we in the market structure? Well, let's just look at this from the daily plan, right? We have 2 buy zones, 2 sell zones. So we are in this chop, right? We're chopping a lot in the initial balance in between inflection points. So as I pointed out to the room, we are not interested to trade here. Let price break out of this and then revisit our areas. If it's going to be a sell zone, obviously we want to see an offer, or if we're going to drop down into a buy zone, we want to see a bid, right? A B-shaped distribution on our daily, on our 4-hour. We want to see exhaustion on our 4-hour, our daily, stuff like that. All right, let's go back. So yeah, yesterday's video I went in a bit more detail. Someone left a kind comment. Thank you. And thank you for helping us reach 150 subscribers here on the YouTube. It does mean a lot. So if you do find value in the videos, please subscribe. So first sell zone, this is what exhaustion looks like on the tape. We've went over this on numerous of videos, but it's always good to rehash it, right? So what do we see here? Pretend that this has not traded yet, right? So we're watching this price action into our sell zone that's just above us, and so far we saw a P-ish shape distribution, right? This volume over here is a little bit thinner, so you can say that the body of the P is more like this, definitely more P-shaped distribution. Are we looking short here? No, right? And we're looking to be short up here. But this is exactly what we want to see as sellers, right? We want to see retail or doesn't matter who, selling below our sell zone. Why? Because price is not going to reverse until these guys are stopped out. So one more pop up, thin tape, right? Thin tape is stop losses. We see exhaustion at the highs. Why is this exhaustion? 11,000 contracts, 10,000 contracts, 10,000, 9,900, 12,000 contracts being transacted over here, and then look towards the highs, 1,800, 2,800, 136, 307. This is exhaustion. No one else is willing to transact over here, at least for now. We will continue. I mean, we will go down to where people are happy to transact, which was in this area, right? Now, this has had the 30-minute on its side. This had the 4-hour. You had temporary exhaustion. I think you had temporary exhaustion on the daily too. But what you did not have was what we want, ignore this one, a P-shaped distribution on our daily. So as I talk about, these trades are very valid, right? We can see on the order flow it's clean, but they have to be managed differently. You can't treat this as, an all-day sell. Why? Because you don't have the volume on your side. This is playing the tape. This is playing smaller time frames, and nonetheless, it was still good for 10 points. So I don't think anyone on the E-mini will complain with 10 points. So yeah, the one trade I took, where's the buy zone? Or the daily plan? Here we are. So on this daily plan, we were waiting, obviously, to transact into these sell zones, waiting for our P-shaped distributions. Didn't get it as we're just slowly trending up, right? Trend day. We're not trying to catch, not a fallen knife, but in reverse. We're not trying to pick the top until we see the proper volume. So we came around to around 39.95-ish. I think the high day, at least at the time of recording, was 97.5. So we had some things on the TPO here, the reasoning why we topped out here. And as we started to pull back, we built a nice offer over here. So we didn't have a P-shaped distribution. We had more of a double distribution, or a capital B. So still valid for a short. I took the short, and we had one other member also take the short. They took it for 5 points. They were a little bit early on it. Nonetheless, they took 5 points out of it and then stopped the rest of the position at break even. And myself, I was only filled a starter size, so I just took it all out at my first target, which was 10 points. So yeah, that is today's price action as of now, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next market recap.